The Balkan night is alive with whispers about deals struck in smoke-filled rooms and blood spilled on ancient cobblestone streets. In the heart of southeastern Europe, Viktor Petrov navigates the shadows of the Balkan Mafia with a calculated calmness. Viktor, a man of ruthless ambition, knows well that power in this region is built on danger and betrayal. He often mutters, "In this game, trust is a luxury nobody can afford," as he plans his next move. The region's chaos has allowed Viktor's empire to grow, taking advantage of fractured institutions and porous borders. From drug trafficking to human smuggling, the Balkan Mafia's reach stretches far beyond what most outsiders comprehend. Viktor's name is whispered in hushed tones across Europe, feared as a mastermind weaving deadly webs of influence. He knows that alliances shift as swiftly as the Balkan winds. Loyalty is always a fragile thing here. Once, Viktor shared an uneasy alliance with the Kovac clan, but their partnership ended over a botched cocaine deal in Spain. That betrayal sparked a bloody feud, leaving dozens dead and the region trembling under the weight of vengeance. He recalls, "In this part of the world, a single mistake can cost you everything," as he surveys his surroundings. Viktor's operations now dominate Europe's cocaine trade, controlling the flow from South America to major ports like Antwerp and Rotterdam. In 2023, authorities seized 116 metric tons of cocaine, much linked to Balkan networks led by figures like Kostovsky, the general. Viktor's influence extends into Europe's financial institutions where corruption nurtures his empire's growth. He smiles darkly when describing his tactics. "Exploit weaknesses and leave no trace," he often says with a chilling tone. Document forgery and identity theft allow Viktor and his men to operate seamlessly across borders, unencumbered by legal barriers. Radoja Živković, a trusted ally, once used a fake passport to orchestrate deadly hits, showcasing their mastery of deception. Viktor's network is deeply embedded in corrupt systems, often facilitated by insiders like law enforcement or officials. He remarks, "In this game, corruption is as vital as the guns and drugs, knowing their influence runs deep." The Balkan feud between the Kovac and Shkaljari clans has turned Europe into a battleground for vengeance and territorial control. Since 2015, over 41 murders linked to their conflict have left a trail of blood across cities like Belgrade and Athens. Professional hitmen, cloaked in silicone masks, execute their deadly tasks with precise brutality, unflinching and cold. In a dimly lit cafe, Viktor grins and says, "When you can't trust anyone, you trust only your own instincts." Violence spills over into the streets, affecting innocent bystanders caught in a war they do not understand. In May 2019, two rivals were killed in Germany's Forst, a brutal testament to how far the Balkan Mafia's influence extends. His men's brutality serves as a warning. Challenge Viktor, and you risk total obliteration. Viktor's empire also thrives in human trafficking, turning migrants into commodities in a deadly trade that generates billions. The Albanian groups, under his covert guidance, recruit desperate migrants in French camps, promising a better life in the UK. He chuckles, "Everyone has a price, and I know where to find it." As his influence grows wider each day, Kosovo, a seemingly lawless region, acts as a crucial transit hub for over 50 tons of heroin annually, profits soaring past $3 billion. Viktor's men exploit the region's strategic position along the Balkan route, often with the backing of corrupt officials. He says softly, "The real power lies in controlling the flow," emphasizing their mastery over illicit trans-European networks. As he moves through the shadows, Viktor reflects, "In the Balkans, survival is a game of wit and violence, a truth carved in blood." His reputation is such that even police officials fear crossing him, knowing betrayal often comes at a high cost. Viktor's ruthless nature keeps him one step ahead of enemies and law enforcement alike, always calculating his next move. He addresses his associates with cold efficiency. "We operate where the law cannot reach," as a reminder of their invincibility. The whispers about Viktor Petrov in the Balkan night are deadly and persistent, echoing tales of power and chaos intertwined. He takes a long breath and whispers to himself, "In this land, only the strongest survive," understanding the brutal rules of the game. Beneath his calm exterior lies a man who's lost count of the lives shattered by his decisions, but who still seeks dominance. Every crime, every act of violence is a calculated move in Viktor's relentless pursuit to cement his legacy. In the shadows, Viktor knows his empire is fragile, yet he also understands that revealing weakness invites destruction. He often laughs grimly and says, "The night belongs to those who dare to control it," a nod to his mastery of Balkan darkness. The story of Viktor Petrov is woven into the haunted fabric of the Balkans, an eternal saga of power, betrayal, and blood. He pauses at the window, gazing over the city's ruins, contemplating his next move in this treacherous game of survival. In this region where history and chaos collide, Victor's legend grows with every whispered secret in the night. Money laundering and business infiltration. To legitimize their wealth, Balkan mafias infiltrate industries like construction, hospitality, and transport. In Serbia, drug proceeds have been laundered through real estate purchases in Denmark. Europol notes that 86% of these networks use legitimate businesses to conceal their activities, with construction being particularly vulnerable across the Balkans. The longevity of these networks, some active for over a decade, underscores their ability to evade justice through corruption and institutional weaknesses. Evidence and examples: a trail of blood and money. Kostovsky's empire, Slobodan. Kostovsky's arrest in 2023 highlighted the Balkan Mafia's transatlantic reach. Operating from Brazil, he forged ties with Colombian and Peruvian cartels, using fake passports to move cocaine across oceans. His 27-ton shipment, intercepted near the Canary Islands, was a fraction of his decades-long operation. Bosnian passport scandal. The Center for Investigative Reporting, CIN, uncovered how Kovac and Skolari members exploited Bosnia's decentralized governance to steal identities. Victims faced border detentions and legal battles, while criminals like Radoje Živković used their fake IDs to orchestrate murders. Europol's crackdowns. Operations in 2023 dismantled networks involving Balkan nationals in Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, seizing hundreds of kilograms of cocaine and arresting dozens. One raid in October 2023 spanned Germany, Croatia, and Poland, targeting a network with Serbian, Croatian, and Montenegrin members. Kosovo's role. Security expert Darko Obradović noted Kosovo's lack of rule of law makes it a hub for drug and human trafficking. Over 50 tons of heroin pass through annually, with Albanian gangs leveraging ties to Italian and North African syndicates. The puppet masters, corruption, and connections. What makes the Balkan Mafia so formidable is its ability to corrupt. From bribing port officials in Antwerp to co-opting police officers like Dalibor Čurlić in Bosnia, corruption is their lifeblood. In Serbia, ties between the Kovac clan and football hooligans linked to high-level politicians reveal a nexus of crime and power. Even in Kosovo, allegations of mafia influence in electoral processes highlight their reach into the political sphere. Jari Luku, former Europol chief, described their professionalism, noting their global contacts and shared smuggling routes with Italian and Turkish mafias. The Balkan Mafia story is far from over. Their shadow stretches across continents, their crimes woven into the fabric of our world. Every shipment of cocaine, every stolen identity, every bullet fired in a European street is a thread in their dark tapestry. But how deep does this web go? Who pulls the strings behind the scenes? And what will it take to unravel their empire? If you're hooked on the truth, if you crave the secrets of the underworld, subscribe to our channel. Join us as we peel back the layers of this criminal saga, exposing the names, the deals, and the betrayals that keep the Balkan Mafia one step ahead. Hit that button and let's chase the shadows together.